Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desk. We're still here in, well, it's still sunny San Jose, California, joined by Bart, and this time, Aurora the Chunk.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. Hey.
So much charisma.
Welcome back, buddy. The first time we had, what's this?
Hold on, let me button up here a little bit.
Are you pulling a Gandhi? Pulling a Gandhi? Just taking it all off? So last time we had Aurora up here, was that regionals?
Summer finals.
Summer finals, yeah. We had a great time. You really, you pulled out all the stops. So we're coming in here, and again, we're going to have a little bit more competition this time around. It's going to be Eager versus Team SoloMid. Yeah. Well, all I see is Dan.
Team Dan.
He gave a little wave. He's very excited. So you guys.
Look at him.
There it is.
Oh, in
Hey, Dan.
fact.
Dan, go get a profile so we can see your sweet haircut.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey.
The office samurai, as many of us call him. Fats, of course. Well, he's got a nice haircut, too. Now we're joined here. There's a couple of our admin staff. So,
Oh, what, you didn't know his name?
yes, Blake. Blake. Woo.
Blake.
So we had a great set earlier today between your team, Cognitive Gaming versus Eager. You guys almost brought it out. Unfortunately, we're not able to finish it.
Yeah, we threw. Pretty bad.
Well, he said it, not me.
It was like a constant decline. It was like game 1 was like dominant. Game 2 was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then game 3 was like, oh.
We played well. We had a lot of fun, though. It was awesome.
Really great sets, yeah. And probably the best game we've seen in a while.
The best?
Yeah.
Best game.
Yeah, Best did all right.
Why not build Spear of the Matches on Hell?
Yeah, why not?
He's only got 3 damaging spells, and 2 of them are really hard skill shots, but hey.
It's pen. Pen is pen.
Pen is pen, and pick some bands or pick some bands. Let's go in.
The P's and B's, pretty please. E's versus TSMs. We're going on the left-hand side. Eager going to be banning the first couple of picks. We'll see how this one goes. So, knowing Eager, they like to ban out Circuit very often. They also like to ban out Giannis, but not when they're first pick.
They are first pick. Oh, I'm surprised they banned Circuit. I don't know if theirs.
They want Giannis.
Yeah, they probably want Giannis. Lassiz played it really well earlier against us. So.
Definitely the comfort pick for this team.
Yeah.
The character, powerful character in its own right, and in the hands of Lassiz. I mean, Bart and I were talking.
Oh, they banned it.
Yeah, they'd ban it.
Yeah,
Actually, what I would love to
very
see here
smart.
is TSM ban Giannis and draft Odin, because I think Lassiz's next best god that we've seen so far has been Ra. And that, pretty much ruins Ra, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not a good look. And I mean, I was even speaking to Lassiz earlier yesterday. He wants to play Ra.
And Kepri's going to be banned away from Jigz.
Yeah, Jigz is a great Kepri player. He had him ranked 10 like 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Divios grind.
Everybody knows he plays Kepri. And also another thing to look at, Lassiz does like Isis, so I wonder if they're going to ban it here.
Yeah, or,
Let's see.
I mean, Sun Wukong obviously factors
Yeah.
in pretty heavily into the picks and bans, but we haven't seen Eager to draft it.
Yeah.
I mean, Omega has a really large god pool, and he'll generally take whatever's left and perform pretty admirably.
Yeah, we've
So-
seen him take really anything. Okay,
I'm
Ao Kwong away from Daretocare.
I'm surprised about Ao Kwong. Ao Kwong's been on a decline lately. I feel like he's strong still, but
First pick Gab, so this gives up Sun Wukong for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably Isis as well, I would guess, going the way of young Snoopaloop. But, who knows what he's preferring these days. We didn't really ask him. When we had him
Isis
at
is still up, so we might see Isis here.
The good money here is on Sun Wukong Isis probably at this point in the draft. Unless they want to take, Sylvanus, potentially because Kepri's out of the pool if they feel like that's the highest priority pick.
The thing with Sylvanus is you have to be careful because Alpwash is in the game. And
Right.
if you pick Sylvanus early, the other team's just going to pick Alpwash. And Lassiz is a fantastic Alpwash player.
Yeah, so basically what he's getting at there is that Alpwash has an ability that's very, very successful against healing abilities. So
Yeah.
Sylvanus, once you kind of put the Wisps out, they're guaranteed to heal for a long duration, and it gives you a long window.
Now, this is interesting. Xbalanque, powerful character, very good. I mean, we could talk a lot of positive things, but is
Yeah.
he this good? Is he him picked first and second? I don't know.
His ultimate's insane. And
Yeah,
especially on
yeah.
land, it causes a lot of chaos.
It's not the Xbalanque pick. What they're going to do here, right, if you look at it, is that they've banned out Giannis, and they're going to just draft Global here into the Geb first pick.
Okay.
And they're going to put a lot of pressure onto Eager here to basically take another global god in this part of the draft. Like, they need to pick up Nuwa or something like that here.
And another thing with Xbalanque is Eager's a team that likes to play like heavy frontliners, and Xbalanque is really good at dealing with frontliners. So having Xbalanque is good in that case.
Second pick over on the side of Eager. We've got Freya and Poseidon being mulled over. Freya has. It's interesting. We've seen a lot of Freya bans as the locks come in. We've seen a lot of Freya bans, almost more so than actual Freya picks. And even then, so the successful Freya picks have been even more scary.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Freya wins, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freya's, her alt's just crazy.
So it's interesting. She's respected, and then when she's picked, we haven't really seen too many wins off of it. Eager, hoping to change that around. Freya most likely going to be in the hands of Zapman in the Hunter role.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
surprised they're picking Sylvanus here. Oh, I guess, no, never mind. They have their mid. Poseidon's obviously going to be mid, so it's fine to pick Sylvanus now.
Doesn't feel like an Omega God, yeah.
Yeah, and Jigz is definitely a good Sylvanus. So good pick for TSM.
They'll ban the Odin, right? Makes sense
Smart,
with the
yeah.
healer.
Yep.
Leaves open a lot of options for them. However, it also leaves some options open for Eager as well. Not a lot of core healers left, notably Guan Yu.
Yeah, we'll probably see like a Kali or Humbots come out of Dare, maybe a Thor. I feel like he was kind of shaky on Thor earlier when he played against
Thor's
us.
going to go to Dagarz
So, yeah,
this time around.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Thor is on
We could see
Dagarz.
Thanatos?
I don't think so.
I don't think Dare has a great
It's going to be
Thanatos.
Kali or Humbots, probably.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
You think Kali in this lineup? I think that Thor is one of the better kind of obstacles for Kali to deal with. The wall's very, very good against her.
Yeah, but you could send her Berserker Barrage out, and yeah, she's,
That's right.
she's good at chasing down
The
Sylvanus
1v1,
as
she's
well.
quite good against the Thor. It's in the team fights that he can isolate her pretty well.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Pick
Yeah,
pending.
I like the Thanatos pick here, but again, hasn't really been something that.
You like the Thanatos pick
Oh,
everywhere.
hell.
No, I like the Thanatos pick specifically against Thor. It's the anti-Thor.
Yeah.
Hell is picked up, which changes the Thanatos pick completely because of that. That execute is just not going to come into play.
I think that's going to Snoopy, too, I'm pretty sure. They're going to last pick their soul.
So the question is, what is Eager going to, like, because now the question comes, like, they need something that's really, really powerful out of the jungle because Team SoloMid's drafted pretty greedy now with the hell in terms of laning. Sylvanus Xbalanque is going to be, basically splitting. It's roughly the same.
Neja. Okay.
Love it.
Wow. So,
I love this pick because Neja will bring the same thing to the table against the Thor that the Thanatos will. You have two ways counting the ultimate to really stop the Berserker's barrage, and again, just straight damage.
But you also have to think about the Hell Cleanse. If Hell cleanses anybody that Neja's Sassage,
Sure,
she's useless in the team fight. She's going to be in the
I
middle
mean-
of the team. They're not going to be stunned. She's not going to do any damage with her 3 because that's how it works. But
isn't the real issue just that Magi's Blessing, like, ends Naja?
yeah, but
Magi's Blessing is such a different item. now.
Magi's Blessing is bad.
Right, but
You're not gonna buy
right.
it.
It's not a great slot item, but it literally stops everything that Naja's able to do.
Well, yeah, it would be good here if they didn't have Geb and Bellona.
Right, they can pop it from
Geb
distance.
and Bellona are crazy at popping Magi's. If they had a support like Ares, and if they had like a soul laner like Tyr,
okay,
it'd
so-
be really good.
It's going to be solo lane Sobek.
Okay.
Sobek, the god of the Nile.
young
Divios has
Divios.
played this a couple of times, and
Dr.
performed
Vanis,
very well.
the first professional Dr. Vanis.
Dr. Vanis. When I was streaming a couple days ago, I played some Dr. Vanis Joust, and people got a kick out of that. So I love Dr. Vanis.
No, Jig's going to go with the base skin.
Aw, come on,
Come on,
Jigz.
Jigz. Dr. Vanis.
Jigz.
Fun.
Team SoloMid not really playing out the skins. We're
Ooh,
going to pull out
Christmas
Season's
time.
Greetings, though. There we are. So we'll see how this one goes
yeah,
in.
good enough.
We're about to get into game right here, folks.
I accept.
One pick's good enough. And again is our valiant office samurai, hi-rez Dan.
On his phone.
Little slow on the mark there. We'll take a look at Lassiz as well,
Lassiz doing
mid
some
laner
head
for
scratching.
Eager. Looking at some notes, I guess, in his lap.
Is he
maybe.
cheating? What's going on over there?
Well, he's got an admin looking directly at him. So I don't know how apt he is to go ahead and cheat at the moment.
Maybe he's just trying to zone out Kret. Just head down, eyes closed.
Yeah, I was talking to the players actually on Eager, and having the coach in comms actually, I thought maybe it would just be chaotic and sort of mess them up, but they were very happy what the coach can do for them that Eager has that Team SoloMid doesn't right now, because here at our COG Invitational we're allowing 6 people on comms. What Kret's doing is he's keeping track of beads timers and buff timers when they're not on the map, and doing a lot of sort of the just like number place holding while everybody else can just focus on playing the game.
TSM's coach is playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. They once had a coach,
They have a player coach.
but then they lost young Boosh.
But yeah, with my experience in Eager, Kret was great for the team. He helped just keep everybody under control, like during the team in game. And he also, like you said, the beads cooldowns are huge, and he'd also help with builds. Like if you had a question on the spot with a build, he'd be like, "Yeah, just go this," like during scrims. So it was great to have him.
So I want to ask you as a player. I mean, Eager, of course, they have their own opinions. With you on COG as a player, having a 6th voice in your head for that extra stuff, would you find that advantageous?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yes.
There's a lot of
The
things.
answer was yes to that question. Well, guys, it's about that time again. Let's watch some Smite. It's Eager versus TSM. The teams are Blue Squad, left side of the minimap, bottom side of the UI. You know them as Eager. PolarBearMike taking a bath in the well. He'll be your support. Pairing up with Zapman in the dual lane, Lassiz in the mid, Daretocare in the jungle. And Omega will be your solo lane Bellona in a role that we've seen many times before around the world. Their opponent's team, SoloMid. They've had the better of Eager a couple times in the past here. We'll see if Eager can make the statement in this this friendly, more or less. Divios will be your solo lane Sobek. Dagarz in the jungle is Red Pot Thor. Snoopy mid laning as Hell. Jigz and Eonic. Dual laning. It's Sylvanus and Xbalanque. And, well, it really just comes down to, whether or not Zapman will solo Eonic. It's a very, maybe the most tenured professional hunter up against the newest of all professional hunters.
Yeah, of course. And looking at the builds right now, I want to point out that Gab doesn't have Blink, which is really good because TSM has this Hell, and he's going to probably have to pick up a Weakening Curse later on. This tournament's been the breakout of Hell, Hell everywhere.
In North America.
Yeah, North America. It's been around in Europe for a while.
It's been banned in Europe basically every week since the healing change.
And Aphrodite, too.
Yeah, and Aphrodite as well. That's a big kind of conspicuous missing mage here from, I'd say, the pool today has been just no Aphrodite precedence at all.
No talk about it, no play, no picks, no bans. I mean, just no Aphrodite. What is Aphrodite missing that just isn't interesting these players?
Well, I feel like Aphrodite is good. I just don't know if any of the players on the teams that played today like to put time to Aphrodite. We could see Aphrodite tomorrow because Kiki So Cheeky loves Afro.
He does.
Yeah, we could definitely see it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, referencing AFK will be playing tomorrow. This is their home turf. AFK takes on the winners of Cloud9. I believe it's Cloud9.
It's Cloud9.
And the wild card, yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud9 won.
Yeah, just a reminder, folks, this is going to be the last set that we're getting to watch today. So Team SoloMid and Eager will close out the tournament for today. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be able to watch the grand finals. And before that, we'll see AFK take on Cloud9. So a lot of interesting smite to be had tomorrow as well. Make sure to tune in. But right now, Team SoloMid versus Eager and Divios and Omega already started off.
So win and you're in situation for these teams playing here today. Basically, I don't know. I mean, do you think Eager needs to win the first game here to win the set? They started slow against COG, and they bounced back pretty well.
They don't have to win the first game. And this tournament's just all about the experience and stuff, too. So I think as long as the Eager guys have fun, they get a lot of experience out of this, with PolarBearMike coming in as a new support player.
Yeah,
that's huge, yeah. That's a really big luxury for them, isn't it? Right? I mean, because, in the past for competitive Smite, there hasn't been the volume of LAN, certainly that we've seen in the back half of this year and moving into next year as well. Pretty invaluable to get LAN experience on a new player. And like we mentioned earlier, PBM's first competitive LAN.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded by players that have done – I mean, Lassiz and Zapman have been going to LAN since what feels like the 15th century, right? They've been around for so long. And Kret no slouch. He's been on both sides, both the production commentary side at launch tournament and also now on the competitive side. So you've got a couple of veterans surrounding you and, the incoming newer player. Well, this is an ideal situation. You get a relaxed atmosphere, still trying to win, but it's not – lose and miss worlds, right? Relaxed atmosphere, a lot of veterans around you, not just on your team, but the rest of the squads as well.
No, it helps. I mean, a lot of the players seem more relaxed. For example, Divios, right? Divios always is, really stressed out that his team isn't prepared enough, right? And I think that maybe that has to do with being a high school student and actually doing homework still. That makes a big difference in what you – but here, it's less stressful and there's going to be less this should be a crack and kill. Should be guaranteed.
Quick follow-up.
Well done, Lassiz.
Very nice.
That's pretty much the standard of what we wanted to see when Best was playing, and Dagarz will quickly follow up 1-for-1 at that point.
That's fine. That's a fine trade. But now with the Sylvanus rotation, he meant to miss there. He wanted Lassiz. He wanted to force Lassiz to fight the minions here.
Yeah.
Because Sylvanus is rotating around the backside, but Lassiz actually takes the right escape out to the top right there.
He has his trident coming up soon.
Jigz, PBM following him as well. Ultimate out of Jigz first. That'll put a dot on
Very
a
nice.
Lassiz.
That was actually, I think, a miscalculation there from TSM. I think they just didn't realize that the game had rotated over. They didn't have spots on because it was a very obvious counter initiation there.
Yep.
And Garz, arguably the best Thor player in the world, got baited in there, right? He shouldn't have been spinning. That was an easy disengage for Eager. They really gave that one away to TSM.
Yeah, and that was a really good rotation by Zapman. It totally got TSM to disengage for sure.
Right, because Banish comes out, that one's over anyway, and they probably find a return kill if someone gets banished.
Yeah, and if they chased in,
gumballs.
Freya would just, gumballs.
The gumballs of death.
Freya able to just put out so much damage, even early on. The slow, really what you're looking at on Pulse right away.
Ooh.
Daretocare getting a flip. Not quite underneath the tower. Dare and Omega here just doing some work on Divios. Divios, of course, on this Sobek. No ultimate available, so he's strictly out of mana. Really needs that blue buff up to go home.
Another thing to look at this game is the reason why Eager picked Freya as well is because Eonic's best god is Freya, and they wanted to take it away from him. So having him on a true hunter, it really is going to put him to the test and see how well he's gotten over the past couple weeks.
Divios really scaring Eager here. Daretocare blows the ultimate to get away from the lurking in the waters. That's going to be a large burst of damage.
In that situation, it's just more important for Naja to be able to continue farming than necessarily finding another kill with the ultimate.
Right.
Because the buffs are up here at the second spawn.
Did they steal the blue buff?
They did.
If they stole it, it was worth it. So that was a good play by Dare to get the buff and get out.
Get the buff, get out with enough HP to continue farming.
Exactly.
It's a relatively short cooldown as well. That's a 80-second base, I think.
Yes.
On Naja's ult, so a little bit shorter than normal, than average.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey.
90.
Cooldown.
90 second. Okay. 80 mana. That's what I was thinking. Duh.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
The next time it needs to be used, we will most likely see it up, which is really the point to drive home here, folks. Daretocare, of course, level 8 now, and Naja has a pretty standard build, so we'll bring attention to it if it deviates from the
here we
norm.
go. Initiation from PBM. Jigz is going to be knocked up here. They have the sash as well. This is should be a pretty easy kill.
He's got the wisps on.
No, not
Not
enough.
quite.
So Naja ring toss was actually down going into that engagement, I think. Thor has a great opportunity to re-engage here. Does he have the distance? He does. PolarBearMike dead.
Oh, nice
Beautiful.
whoop.
Oh, great stuff. The hammer has to be on.
Nice
Not on.
whoop.
Well played.
Great play by Zapman right there.
Oh, that was all Zapman, just saving his teammate.
That's why Zapman was at Worlds and won Worlds. Zapman wasn't.
You also got to look at the play by Jigz there. He's CC immune, perfect timing with his Sylvanus ult. Put his wisp on himself, and he was able to get out perfectly without dying.
That
Really
comes down
good
to
play by him.
Daretocare ring toss was down going into that engagement. Had he had the ring and then it will slow down Sylvanus and get that extra pen, likely a kill.
Yeah.
It's the risky run farming.
Omega making his way back to the solo lane. A couple of towers going to be missed. A couple of minions going to be missed onto the tower. In fact, the entire wave will be denied gold. Most of it also lost experience as well. And because of that, Omega.
We might see a fight at these mids here coming up soon on the right side.
You know, it'll be interesting. One thing to keep your eye on is whether or not Snoopy will build Spear of the Magus second item on Hell. Because when Best did it, he wasn't critical of it, but he was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Is that the best thing? Is it not? And now we're going to find out. Is he going to build Breastplate of Valor? Is he going to go for Mail of Renewal? Will he go into the Spear of the Magus or Obsidian Shard?
Now one of the things
or Chronos even.
One of the things that Eager had trouble with against Best was they just didn't gank the hell enough. So this time around, Snoopy being first blood, I think they don't want to make that mistake twice.
Yeah, if you don't keep Hell down in the laning phase when she's weak, then she just doesn't have a weak phase of the game.
So right now, looking at the gold, it's kind of even right now. I give the advantage to Eager because they had double pot on the side of TSM. Oh, we got a fight here. Jigz with his ult.
3-man initiation, but the Xbalanque ultimate causing some havoc as well, but it's a little bit too early perhaps as the ultimate came out and they had a good opportunity there, but the Xbalanque ultimate ended. Kraken's going to hit 2. Brilliant play there by Lassiz. Really, really baited that one out. They walked right into it for him, but now you always got to deal with Thor. Daretocare and Lassiz, you see they can't really rally very well. Now it'll be Daretocare. Zapman went up in the sky and avoided a bunch of that damage. Daretocare will go down to the next in-hand. Dagarz should be able to disengage with this. And away he goes. Nicely played there by Dagarz.
Snoopy also a big part of that fight, healing up a lot of his teammates.
Really good whirlpool.
Yeah. But look at that heal from Snoopy.
Yeah.
Eonic was a basic attack away and just one heal. Eonic can stay in the fight.
He's got the Divios gloves as well.
Yeah, that fight came down to Hell just being able to heal Thor before he got up in the air. If they didn't have Hell, Thor couldn't have re-engaged there, and TSM would have picked up 0 kills. So the Hell pick is really paying off right now for TSM.
And look at that. Eonic totally ready to go as Adonis sort of showed us. The healing coming out from Jigz and Hell.
He has no
Snoopy.
Kraken, so this is going to be hard to steal.
Yeah, maybe just trying to stall a little bit or force Garz forward to set up some other kill. PBM maybe going to initiate here.
Here comes that.
Gold Fury hasn't been DPS very well now. They're going to try to reset it, but it's still quite low. 600, 500 HP, 155.
Wow!
Eager takes it. Whirlpool took that. There was 55 damage on that thing, and one tick just took it away. That's a drop by TSM.
I think TSM didn't know what they wanted to do there exactly.
Yeah,
it looked
error,
like it looked like they wanted to get off it, but somebody was staying on it. So I think if they got off it, it would have been a better play for them.
Eager takes the Gold Fury, and with that, takes a very small lead, about 1,000 gold in the way of Eager. Just something to note, but not necessarily something to write home about, right? You got 1,000 gold. It's the start of maybe something, but definitely not anything to put a foot on.
He's building Spear of the Magus.
That's
on the Poseidon.
Yeah.
And back on the other side on the Hell, it looks like it will be Mail of Renewal. So, or no, I guess Breastplate of Valor still.
Yeah, and they got triple beads on the side for Naja. That's good pickups by TSM there.
Right away.
Yeah. Jigz doesn't have beads, but he does have his ultimate for CC immunity, so he's able to get out of Naja ult if he times it right.
But why so much physical protection coming out of Team SoloMid? Really, the core damage dealers on Eager are all magical. Poseidon, Freya, that's really where all the damage is going to come from until...
Naja.
Yeah.
Right, but Naja's not going to be a threat until 25 minutes with Deathbringer.
Well, she's a threat early on. Neja is a character where she's really good early.
Yeah.
Her mid game's kind of meh, but her late game could be good as well.
But what about the boy version?
The boy version? Yeah, he's
Is he good too?
All right, Bart.
Sorry, dude. You know, I told all the pro players, like, oh, we got your back, dude. Come up here. You know the game. Like, no,
we
no.
wreck you.
Second time around, no.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying,
Yeah.
Neja's good early on, and once she transitions to mid, he's not as good. But early, the ring toss bouncing and him just being able to ult somebody up and almost kill them with his rank 2 ultimate, he's really good right now. PBM is initiating on the tower.
Jigz could get knocked up, but that seems to be about it. No real follow-up coming up from Eager.
Thor stun said,
To follow up on what you were saying about Naja, there's a lot of damage there, but of course it's also the control. You get a slow out of the ring, you get a stun out of the lash, and then all of a sudden you're able to really do whatever you want. PolarBearMike gonna fall Snoopy.
Again, finding himself a little out of position. That's really kind of been the story of Eager's struggles so far, I would say, today. Has been just finding PolarBearMike in the right positioning. And, you know, that's, like we said, this is a first-time land for him. And not a surprise to see him being the one that seems to struggle a little bit with experience, more or less.
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of times we see PolarBearMike picked up, it's been sort of out of position or...
Going back, though, PolarBearMike had the game-winning play in Game 2. He ulted Zapman as Kepri and kept him alive. If we were able to kill Zap there, the game is over.
That last second one. Yeah, you're right.
That was great by him. So
absolutely. No. Yeah. PBM has definitely shown himself to be a phenomenal player. We're just, I mean, as you look at it here, he's racked up a lot of deaths. He's been playing very, very aggressively, I think, here on LAN, and he's paid for it a bit, but it's worked for them.
Which speaks to the adrenaline, right? You're here on LAN for the first time. You're surrounded by these people that you know by internet names and by faces on Twitter. Now everybody's right
DJ
here.
Pernicus is here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't even tell. Probably a guy that wears sunglasses inside.
Must be.
Just so cool.
Too cool for school.
And what is it like playing with the actual DJ
I got to tell you, my
Pernicus?
favorite part of the LAN so far was Weekend and DJ Pernicus in the hotel lobby at the same time. Trying to stay on other sides of the conversation from each other.
I did enjoy that. And then somebody, I think it was actually InCon, to make things just as awkward as possible, he just goes to Weekend, hey, look, it's your favorite jungler, DJ Pernicus, while both are just standing there. It was an absolute hilarious.
Yeah, and then DJ said, I think it's the other way around.
Yeah. Oh, man. Shots.
I love the LAN. It's fun, because everybody has their fun. Then when we come together for LAN, you can really see everybody and have a good time. Omega right now, not having the best of times. Divios and Dagarz just pushing up on his tower. Nothing really Omega can do about it.
It used to be fight me at LAN. Now it's like, we'll reconcile our differences at LAN. We'll have a beer together, and that'll be that. But I hate you online.
Yeah, then once you go home, it's going to be shots fired.
Yeah,
again,
right back to it. Yeah, of course. There'll be the Killing Weekend video coming out soon, I'm sure.
I am totally down to watch that series.
It's a great series. All right.
Lassiz.
Back to the hot dogs.
That's really what we're here to talk about. Aurora, everybody up here has sort of given their piece. What's your hot dog?
The one that walks down the street.
Oh, man. You guys, it's not, I can't even explain it.
I mean, basically, like, the inside joke there is that Aurora just said, what if pizza had legs and walked down the street? There is no inside joke.
And then died laughing.
It's just Aurora is insane.
Oh my
Aurora
God.
the chunk comes from somewhere.
Hi, you guys.
Heartbeat's being controlled decently by Team SoloMid, able to pick up the right ones.
Yeah, gold's coming up soon. I
That's
wonder.
what-
Yeah, this is the next point of big contention. Oh, they're going on purple buff actually. This could be a good invade for Eager, but it looks like they're just giving it to Eonic. But the next point of contention is going to be Gold Fury.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is really where the teams have been sort of jockeying for position around
What's Eonic going to build into here?
Fatalis.
Fatalis. What do you think he's going to build? Wingblade?
I'm just Witchblade, maybe?
Maybe. No, it's going to be Fatalis.
Fatalis third item versus Freya?
Yeah. You don't want to go the Soul Eater route, which people have been going recently, because it gives armor with passive. It does give health. That could be good.
Right, but it doesn't do anything against the Freya.
But, good whoop here.
They whoop Snoopy there. Zapman in a bit of trouble. He finds himself isolated from the team, but he can just go right over the wall with his ultimate. Now it's a big crack coming out. Another race, two. Lassiz with a double. A triple pending. Snoopy in a lot of trouble as well, but the Thor ultimate's going to stop them in their tracks. A ton of damage coming out of the passive. Porting away, but it's 3 men down. Instantly erased. Dagarz is in trouble as well.
Ouch, that was a lot of damage.
Tom dying.
Bart,
What happens?
you just stepped on my cord and dragged my hand.
Well, Gold Fury attempt here now by Eager after a big initiation out of Lassiz there. Dagarz
Really
being
felt
zoned.
the damage.
Did you? Yeah. Did you face the desk?
I really felt the damage on that one. Garz trying to stop what he can. Eager able to pick up the objective before Garz comes in and really deals it out. And there we have the first real lead of the game, 2,300 gold on the side of the blue team, 4-3 on the kills as well as we approach the 15-minute mark here. Zapman has been a big part of this, and when we talk about Freya, it's always, look at the damage. By the way, she has banished. Other way around this time around. The setups from Freya have been really a huge part of why Eager's where they're at.
Well, look at it this way, right? Poseidon basically fluctuates in and out of the meta based on how well players remember to buy Aegis against him, right? Like, you'll see Poseidon get really popular, like, skyrocket up to first pick, do have a really great performance at LAN like this, all of a sudden then it's like, everyone's just like, right, you just buy beads and Aegis, and then he can't do anything. And look at the side of TSM. No, not a single Aegis, right? Now they're going to start coming out because they just got exposed, but still, right? I mean, it's like, that's really the difference maker for this god, is more or less the meta, not so much his relative strength.
I also feel like some players, like Lassiz, are just really aggressive mid laners. And
Shadow Nightmare, Lassiz, yeah.
It just fits their playstyle really well, so that's why Lassiz likes playing it. Going back to what I was saying about Fatalis earlier before that fight, he's building into Fatalis because Freya has Fatalis.
Right.
And to box another hunter that has Fatalis when you don't, it's very, very irritating as a hunter player.
Also, one of the downsides of bringing Fatalis into the hunter build is that you're going to lose power. As
Zapman wants a fight here. Jigz in some trouble. You can see the team closing in as well. Xbalanque ultimate put off, but PolarBearMike with a great ultimate into Dagarz combination, into the Kraken. Bye-bye TSM. That's another 2 kills going the way of EGR.
Daretocare playing it real. 1, 2, and 5 gets his first kill of the game. Dagarz being chased down by the Najah himself. Up in the air, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3 crits.
A little bit late on the cleanse there. I mean, you saw it like literally was like a quarter second after he got locked in. Cleanse comes out, not in time. Eager gets a little information off of that as well. They know the ward was there, able to counter it.
For me, that fight was all about PolarBearMike's ult. Really good initiation on 2 of them, comboing with Freya's ult perfectly right into the Poseidon ult.
Well, it wasn't necessarily, I mean, the execution is great, right? The ability to set up the Cataclysm, knock up Poseidon combo. You saw it executed with Najah as well, and really you'd expect that of a team of this caliber. I think really the stellar play there was the Blinking Cataclysm into the Xbalanque ultimate, into the knockup. Not so much the CC, but just the fact they were able to stall the fight out through that ultimate and then be able to take a good fight. And that's TBM, that's just straight up instinct there.
Well, I also feel like it's communication. When the Xbalanque ult goes out, when you're playing against it, you're going to talk to your teammates and see what's going on in the fight. If your teammate says he's right in front of the tower, you're going to go and ult. So really good communication coming out by Eager.
And that's what we're seeing. Again, we mentioned some of the shortcomings of the rookie PBM, PolarBearMike on LAN, and we're seeing, as Bart said, instincts. That's really, that's why we see this guy on Eager. I mean, PolarBearMike, prior to being on Eager, was relatively unknown, so.
Divios lost the chicken race there. And giving a wave.
Giving the wave. There he is, Divios.
Yeah, he knows. He knows we're watching him. You saw a little bit of the Sobek Bellona matchup, though, and there's a couple of times you see it. Basically, the deal here is that Divios farms, and then anytime Bludgeon attempts to come out, he just stops it with Tail Whip or Charge Break.
Yeah, I know Bellona players, when they play against Sobek, they really just don't like playing against Sobek just because of that tail whip.
Can we take a look at Omega? Can we take a look at Bellona? A lot of times, yes, we can't tell right now, but Omega has in the past leveled that Scourge.
No, he's max Scourge, max Bludgeon.
Right.
So even the dash off. Mid lane looks like we have an engagement here going down. Big initiation. Jigz and Snoopy locked in place by PolarBearMike on the backside. Garz doing quite a bit of damage to no human, but he goes down to the gumballs before he's able to make it up.
Aegis at Lassiz saved his life right there. That double tap would have hurt a lot. Eager takes the kill, and they take the tower, pushing even more. There's some setup from Zapman into the crack. It doesn't matter. Divios.
They're mad at Divios.
Fall to the hand. Jumping over the top is Omega. He's going to get a stun. Zapman on a killing spree. That's 3 in a row.
This is a Phoenix. It should be at least. They have quite a bit of time here. 20 seconds for Garz, 30 for any of the frontliners.
Yeah, that fight right there was all about Freya's sustained damage. She just kept throwing out the gumballs, like you said earlier. Just kept pumping them out, and they all died just to Freya.
We need bodybuilder Freya to pump you up.
Now, one of the big things that I like about the Eager draft overall here is when you pick the Freya in the Hunter role, you lose a lot of that structure damage that you get out of your Hunter. Najah is so powerful when it comes to killing those towers, mainly because of the basic attack chain and the way the steroid works. Flaming Spear provides so much damage against structure.
Yeah, and also just how junglers build now, it's actually fine if your Hunter doesn't have if you don't have a traditional hunter, because they build so much pen in their builds. Like right now, he already has Jotun's Wrath online, and we'll probably see more pen coming out, like a Brawlers
or a
later
Titan's
on.
even. Titan's Bane works out well on that.
Titan's Bane's a good item for
I
Naja.
feel like he might go Brawlers just because they have the Sylvanus in Hell.
But now, why are you delaying Deathbringer this heavily on Naja?
Well, after the Deathbringer. I feel, yeah. I
So
feel like
it'll be
go
Mail
Deathbringer.
Renewal into Deathbringer into Pen.
Yeah.
Which would be the standard build-up. Deathbringer, often second item, sometimes third item after Jotuns. This time it'll be delayed to fourth.
Yeah, usually in Aurora, usually when you're more ahead, if we saw Naja with 9, 1, and 2 rather than 1, 2, and 9, we'd see that Deathbringer before the CDR. But the CDR comes out, you just have more abilities then.
Yeah, and he's also going the Mail Renewal, so he's going to have a lot of CDR, a lot of sashes, a lot of vaults, and it'll help his team a lot.
Oh, we're approaching the 20-minute mark here, folks. 10-3 in favor of Eager. They built themselves a nice, healthy, about 7,000 goldie here, and they've started up another Gold Fury 8K experience. And this one is looking free. Unless Dagarz starts ulting now, this one is going to be conceded by Eager. And based on their positioning there, I'd assume that they know. Yeah, they must know this is being done and just saying, hey, we can't contest.
Yeah, they don't want to walk into the Naja and then get ulted, because one thing with Naja is if you sash somebody and then ult, they're probably going to get the beads out. But if you're walking into Gold Fury, Naja could just ult you around the corner and you can't beads it. Well, you can if you have really, really good reactions, which a lot of these players do. But if you can't see it around a corner, you can't really beads it.
Yeah, that's the difference of sort of the top-end Najas, which we honestly don't see that often. Naja not a very high-picked character in the SPL versus sort of the lower-end, more casual stuff of making it a little bit
Very nice dodge.
You're going to turn around.
Yeah, that could have been a kill there. They would at least force Eagles rally for sure.
Maybe Poseidon was rotating in. I think it would have been a team fight.
It would have been a fight. Yeah, for sure a fight. But an Eagles rally would have been forced there for, either way. It would have been a small win for TSM.
I don't
had they
think
not given
so.
up too
He's
much.
really, really tanky.
You don't think so? Had it hit the block in the tower with the stun?
I think he would have baited a fight
He's got
because
a
Poseidon
stone
was
guy.
coming.
Well, they baited it anyway. Divios finds himself in a bit of trouble.
Very nice.
Ultimate
ult
used there by
Divios.
Divios just to deal.
Yeah, no, he
Did that dodge Naja?
Yeah,
Yes.
Naja ulted there, so that's why he popped his ult. Very good reaction by Divios. Just like we were talking about.
Smart
reaction.
play, yeah.
He's the youngest of all the players. It would
Whoa.
Triple stun out of Omega, but the bludgeon's already on cooldown. And very, very tanky, as Aurora said, but he's got no problem chasing because he knows his team is going to come from the top side. Surrounding Jigz is the rest of Team Eager. Jigz, half, 25. He's going to get even lower. Kill confirmed by Zapman.
Oh, that's why Sylvanus it can be a risky pick. I mean, that's it in a nutshell right there. He can't do anything once you're on him.
Can't move.
Very little peel.
Yeah. The AoE auto attacks coming out of Bellona were huge there. Did you see that? It was great.
Multiple targets. Locking them down.
Slowing them all with Frostbound.
Show the Underworld. Shield the Underworld, I'm sorry.
I
It's
love
complete on
that
Bellona
item.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Makes it very difficult to deal with the amount of regen that she has, plus the base HP out of that Stone of Gaia and the Frostbound Hammer. It's going to be about an extra 500 HP plus the percentage regen out of the stone. So bursting down this target is very, very difficult now. Divios, he's going to get purged here. I got to tell you, probably the main thing that I'm looking at here is that Hell has had a very, very limited impact in this game.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with Eager really changing their approach as Divios falls to the hand of Lassiz. Last time around again against COG, the best was really able to do largely whatever he wants. And Eager this time around, they haven't been killing Hell, but they've been forcing Hell out. They've been zoning her. They've been making sure
just
that
losing.
she doesn't
He
get
just
to do Hell
lost
things.
mid to Lassiz.
Yeah.
It's a very simple equation here.
Yeah, right there in that fight, I think it was another miscommunication by TSM. Divios was a little far up, and PBM and Omega were in the back. And against the Freya, if you're a tanky target, you're really not a tanky target. Freya just shredded him. So yeah, he fell right to Freya and to the Poseidon damage as well.
Yeah, once the Mana grips there, she hurts fast, especially considering that there's a Spear of the Magus on Lassiz as well. So you're stacking up a lot of flat pen between those two items. So
Yeah, this is awesome to see. You see the Pythags also on that team, so they're just all giving each other pen and power.
A lot of shared stuff coming out. Pythagorean's piece. We've got a couple of different, the Heart Ward and the Sovereignty, obviously out of PolarBearMike, the Spear as well. So a lot of shared sort of items on the team.
Yeah, the point I was making most about that is you usually see Freya by Spear, but since Lassiz has it and he has all his Trident hits, also his Whirlpool, he doesn't need it, and that's making Freya get to other items faster, like this Pythags, and Pythags is also making Poseidon stronger. So it's just great
synergy.
Yeah,
the
synergy.
feedback loop.
Yeah, that might be some cred over there with their builds.
Cret standing. He's thinking hard. You can tell by his lack of hair.
Yeah, there it is. He's nodding his head and doing it right. This, of course, is Team SoloMid versus Eager, the first game in a set of 3. Eager off to a very strong start. Strong on the right side as well. Xbalanque going to make it to the fight in just a little bit. Looks like Eager positioning themselves to get ready to throw down.
Yeah, this will be a long, steady siege on the tier 2 unless TSM just basically gives it away. Jigz is gonna they're gonna take the fight right now where the creep wave hasn't yet made the tower, and PBM's under tower. The Kraken is really on mark there.
Wow.
It erases one and it disrupts that fight so well. You can see Dagarz and Divios trying to basically get something out of nothing now as they move forward. But Omega's disrupted the backline completely. The damage dealers can't do anything to him. Eonic doesn't have enough damage to basically break through the defense and just the raw HP out of the Bellona here.
Dagarz able to
And yeah,
avoid
honestly, Whirlpool. Lassiz's Whirlpool placements are winning this game.
Yeah.
Much less the Krakens, but it's the Whirlpools. I mean, you see it time and time again. TSM trying to disengage or re-engage and getting completely stymied by the Whirlpool.
I think we're going to see Fire Giant here for sure. Bellona just teleported back. She's going to be full health. She'll be able to tank it up with her Scourge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
that also known as the Omega. The recall into port to ward.
Yep. Every time.
That's the Omega.
Yeah, another thing, too, to look at, going back to Sheila Underworld there, when you pop that, hunters can't really attack you, so it gives him a 6-second immunity against Xbalanque, too, so that's why he wasn't really able to kill Omega there.
Gold Fury also going to be started, so Eager erasing all of the objectives on the map. Towers, Gold Furies, Fire Giants, no real
buffs.
Yeah, everything. 15,000 gold before this Gold Fury goes down in the way of Eager. This is a huge lead, and I mean, Team SoloMid at this point.
They're all going to back here, for sure.
Well, it's such a snowball-oriented lineup from TSM. I mean, the thing is here is that Sobek is a great pick against Bellona, but it just doesn't really fit this composition very well. They really needed a damage dealer. They needed something with some kind of carry threat outside of the Xbalanque.
We actually saw Titans first on Anasia. She's going to crit now, so the Deathbringer's definitely come on.
And I think that's the Tom's earlier point, which was that that's an objective damage-based item, essentially, is what that's going to be there for.
Also, Beatstick also gives a lot of pen, like it's 20, so it's also good for objectives, but Titans does give more.
It gives percentage against the tower.
I feel like if they weren't as ahead as they were, we would probably see a Beatstick for the Hell if the Hell was going crazy, but they're keeping Hell really controlled right now. It's really good.
They have
play.
Divine, they have Pestilence, they have the Weak. I mean, they have enough options here.
Yeah. Does Lassiz actually have a weakening?
No, I believe Geb does.
Oh, no, he does, yeah. No,
Lassiz has Divine.
Yeah,
is that what you're asking?
Yeah, Divine, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
it's Pestilence, yeah.
Yeah, Pestilence, Divine, and Weakening are all out.
Yeah.
Brawlers can come really at any point from Bellona as well, if need be.
Yeah, I meant to say Divine.
Lassiz has the Aegis as well, 6-0 and 9, and a big part of that O part of the slash on has been the Aegis. We've seen a couple of Aegises prevent double taps from Thor after being stunned. We've seen Aegis really make a statement in this game on the Poseidon, not the Poseidon's enemies.
Well, I think it'd be tough to say that this, Lassiz isn't the MVP this game around, but, I think that the discerning Smite fan, it's Daretocare. I mean, putting up a 1, 2, and 14 performance on Naja is exceptionally difficult. This character dies like it's going out of style. I mean,
yeah,
you basically don't have an initiation option that doesn't leave you in the middle of the entire game.
Naja is also a character that Daretocare absolutely, he puts a lot of hours in. Jigz separated from the team. Omega going to try and put him in the base, and he does. Omega's on a killing spree himself. Daretocare picks up the second kill on his slash slide. Cracking a little bit off mark this time around, but Snoopy still going to take the brunt of the damage as Daretocare finishes off the better half of a double kill. Phoenix will fall here at 2750, and with that, Eager will push into the base. The only people alive
I got to tell you, I think Omega's probably the best player in the world at really understanding exactly how much damage he can tank. Right? You always see Omega fighting 3-4 players at a time, and he always seems to have a very good idea of exactly where and when he can and cannot basically be in that situation, right? You see that echoed often in solo laners with their ideal god, right? Like you'll see Divios have a really good idea of how far he can go with Sun Wukong, right? But Omega seems to kind of always have a really good handle on exactly how much he can tank and how deep he can go in these fights. I think probably his biggest strength as a player is understanding exactly where the breaking point is for his build and what he's up against.
What we've seen both on Eager, or rather Omega playing on both Eager and Cloud9, is his ability to go ahead and really space out, create the space between his team and the opponent, and that goes directly. He knows exactly how much damage he can take, and he knows how much space he can create with that.
Yeah.
Sick analysis, dude. Yes, indeed. You heard it here from the horse's mouth, guys. Game number 1 in the books, Eager. Not often that this team wins game 1. In the SPL, much less in LAN play today. I mean, they're a little bit of a slow starter, but I think I actually think the first set helps them out a lot here. Go up against a really competitive game in COG, and then they get to come in here with that warm-up. I think that actually really helps
They definitely got a lot of momentum from that first set.
They did, yeah.
Very, very close. So, yeah, they definitely got a lot of momentum.
I mean, they were basically silent in the set versus you guys until game 3.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, this game, the entire time, they were just yelling and screaming. In fact, at the
That
end,
guy right there,
yeah.
old Omega,
yeah.
yelling Divios, as he does.
At the end, I don't know if you guys could catch it if the microphones caught it or not, but essentially, Omega led the chant, "Let's go, Divios," as they slaughtered him and his Titan.
Yeah, he was throwing some real-life taunts out to Divios.
Yeah.
If you don't know who these guys are, it's Omega, Lassiz, Daretocare, Kret, and then PBM and Zapman was on the end there. But, yeah, now you got to look at us. I'm Bart. That's Tom. This is Aurora, a.k.a. Max.
The Chunk.
The Chunk. He is the Chunk.
We've had a lot of fun here. You guys playing the first set.
Yeah.
What's it like here? I mean, from a player standpoint at the Gamer Lounge.
Yeah, it's awesome. They have food, video games.
Yep.
Is that your whole checklist?
Checking the 2 boxes that matter.
Yeah. I'm a chunk, of course.
You can see the hand of DJ Pernicus and the whole face of Kabam there.
There he is.
Styling his hair.
Eonic, Jigz, Snoopy, Dagarz, and Divios in order from right to left.
Still locked in. So Eager got up and they're stretching their legs a little bit. Team SoloMid, they didn't get up. They didn't change their face. I think this is a team. I mean, Team SoloMid is a very confident team, and I think that losing to Eager is not something that was in their prerogative.
I just love this. I love the dynamic of the team. Like, all 4 of the guys are sitting there just kind of like, just looking down, thinking about what they're doing. And Divios, you just see his mouth going. Constantly talking. Just constantly going. I think the problem was this, just like that's just the kind of guy he is. He's loquacious.
Yeah, I mean, Divios, a lot of what he brings, he brings a lot of balance, I think, to the Team SoloMid team. He's able to really just provide sort of that sure, he talks a lot, but he also balances out the emotions. I don't think he really, for the most part, of course, everybody once or twice stumbles, but for the most part, what you see here is happy faces on Divios that sort of balance out everything else that the team has, and a big, very important part of that roster.
What a goofball he is. He's pretty strictly business, honestly.
Yeah.
He's always, like we were saying earlier, he's always stressing out when they're not like preparing at all moments of the day.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. When it comes time to like put down and do the work, he's the one lightheartedly doing the work. He gets stressed when they're not doing the work.
Right.
And that's a different story. But when everybody's grinding together,
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, that's where he wants to be. I think that at any point in time, if Divios could be practicing and putting in the work, that's his ideal place.
Another good player to have in the situations after losing game 1, Dagarz is great. He always. He's always told me that he takes one game at a time, and that's how you have to look at it. If you lost the last game really bad, you just got to move on to the next game. You got to have short-term memory, and that's what Dagarz has, and I think he brings that to TSM.
It's a big help for these teams, especially in a best of 3. You don't have the luxury of, during the regular season, you play 2 games, and if you lose 2, oh, well, it's always next week. Coming out of this, we'll be halfway through the season, going into week number 6 of our SPL. Here, in sort of our exhibition bye-week tournament, it's just a best of 3. So you have to take these one game at a time, because if you lose 2, well, that's it.
You got to score points to win the game, man.
Always.
Got to take down the enemy Titan.
I tweeted it the other day. In order to win in the SPL,
I saw your
you
time,
have
man.
to kill the Titan at least once a game.
Well, here's the bracket, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we are finishing up here for today with the Eager versus TSM game. Tomorrow's games will be AFK versus Cloud9. And then the winner of that game and the winner of this game will move on to the finals, which will be tomorrow as well. That'll be a best of 5 contest. So another hot 8 games of Smite coming your way tomorrow, potentially.
Fun stuff. I'm excited. Honestly, jokes aside, we've been treated to a lot of solid gameplay out here.
No.
A lot of fun stuff. Because LAN, as we said, LAN is always time to pull out some of the new tricks. And we're seeing some new stuff, some old stuff, some rehashed stuff, and a whole lot of hell.
And we also see Lassiz tweeting, probably.
Maybe he's looking up a place to find
Hey! He's wearing sunglasses inside. Told you.
It's Pern. There he is. Look
Oh,
at
and
him.
Kabam.
Kabam in the corner. Best putting his fingers in.
Are you cutting
Best is shy.
Kabam's
Best, come say hi. You're so shy. Look at him. See, he's too shy. He won't do it.
Yeah, he won't do it.
He'll only show a couple of fingers, maybe a whole hand one day. He's working up to it. He's trying. There he is. The hand of best. It's the hand that feeds.
Feeds? He's the best. He doesn't feed.
These lands are always a good time. And, of course...